All right, students, good morning and good afternoon for those of you that are watching in the morning, for those of you that are watching in the afternoon. Today is Thursday, September 17th, and we are yet moving quickly. We are moving on to another lesson, and all is well. So I appreciate you guys doing very good with these assignments. There are some times where we're a little bit rocky, but we're going to go ahead and go over that here in a little bit. The essential question I have for today is, do you understand how to upload in Teams? Yes, this is very basic and very generic, but you got to understand that I am not sure how to physically upload kids' work into Teams. I only know how to post my assignments because that's the screen that I see, okay? You guys see a different screen. But we're going to go ahead and talk about that during our SEL lesson. I just wanted you to start to think about you physically posting your own work in Teams and how you go about it. So for today's chat box question, it's going to be kind of generic, but it's going to be just a characteristic about you, okay? I want you to listen to the chat box question, and once you listen to it, I want you to pause the video, head to the chat box, type your question, and get back on with the video, okay? Pretty simple, right? So my question to you is, what is your favorite color? So for today's SEL lesson, we're not going to be talking about social emotional learning. I mean, technically we are going to learn something because you're going to watch a video on it, for those of you that don't know how to do this already. But I hope that you actually do learn and that you go ahead and start doing it, because my email is starting to blow up even more, okay? Which means I feel like that we're not even trying to post our work in Teams. So you guys are just getting your work done, you're just sending it to coach and hoping that I'm okay with it and that it comes right to my email and everything is roses and rainbows, okay? But you don't realize what's happening on my end, okay? As well as getting school emails and district emails, I'm getting your emails as well. So my inbox is still blowing up. So we need to try to limit sending me emails, and we need to start using Microsoft Teams. Realistically, Teams is much easier to use than just an email, okay? Because for Teams, I can go down and see who has their work turned in, who hasn't turned in their work, and who's just viewed their work. Whereas I have to go to my inbox on mail, type in your name, see what pops up, and see if you have any work, okay? So Microsoft Teams is definitely just way easier to use for both me especially and for you, okay? You attach a document just the same way you do as an email. So we gotta figure out why we can't get those attachments in Microsoft Teams. So right now, you are going to stop watching me and you're going to watch the SEL video on how to upload documents from a student's perspective on Microsoft Teams. All right, class, I know this is a little bit of a different setting than what you're used to seeing, but I am sitting here at home working on my video, and I just wanted to let you know that I tried to upload the YouTube videos like I typically do, and put them into the video, and unfortunately it's not letting me do this again. So we are going to go ahead and continue on like the way we did yesterday. I'm going to send you the lesson link, and then I'm going to send you the SEL link. So when it says in the video to stop and pause and watch it, that's what you will watch. And then I'm going to send the lesson focus link. Okay, and again, it'll say stop, watch, and pause, and that's what you're going to do. Okay, so bear with me on that. I don't know what the deal is as to why it worked the first two lessons, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm not going to work. So just bear with me and do what I ask you to do by watching those videos. So we finally watched how to upload a document to Microsoft Teams. Some of you have already got this down pat, no issue. And you may have helped a friend or two on how to do this, but maybe they're still not grasping how to do this, okay? So I hope that that video showed you how to upload a document from a student's perspective, and I hope that you can now start doing it, all right? Again, try to keep to Microsoft Teams by uploading your stuff, because again, that's easier for me, and it's just the same thing as it is for sending an email for you. So please, let's try to limit emails. I know I keep saying it, and I keep saying it, but I'm serious. Like, it's gotta calm down a little bit, okay? So looking at that board, it's kind of like, whoa, there's a lot going on. And there is a lot going on because there's a lot that I need to talk to you about, okay? So every day I reflect on my lessons and I think about how my kids act or what my kids ask or how they act on camera and how they act when I'm not around. Those are all kind of the things that I think about and I think every teacher thinks about throughout a daily lesson, okay? So I want to go ahead and go down this checklist that I have going on because these are definitely key points that I need to talk to you about. So first one is, I will keep saying this, please do what is asked on the work and do not slack, okay? So what does that mean? That means if I ask you to do something, that means do it, okay? It's not hard. If I ask you to write a paragraph with 4 to 7 sentences in it, do it, okay? If my boss asks me to do something, I have to do it. So look at it from that perspective. I'm your boss and I'm telling you to do something, so you need to do it, okay? You're getting grades for this, guys. It's just not happening right now, but it's coming. I promise it is. So once you see your grades for these assignments, you're going to hope and wish that you could go back and get these assignments done. But guess what? There ain't no fixing them because I've given you multiple chances to get these assignments done and right, okay? So please read these assignments thoroughly and please respond to these assignments the way I asked, what I asked, and thoroughly. Because again, I'm not just doing this for my health, this is for your health, and this is for your ways to keep writing, keep reading, okay? So you need to go ahead and stay on top of that. So there will be times where I might add some extra work to a lesson just because I feel like A, either we got done too quick, or B, you didn't understand what was going on. So I just add a little bit more work during class time, okay? What I want to say is, please listen to me when I tell you things. So if I tell you not to send an email or submit your work because there's going to be more work coming, don't do it, okay? I don't need 13 emails from one student. I just don't. I'm sorry, okay? We need to, like I just said, we need to limit our emails and you need to listen to what I tell you. So if I say there's going to be more work and don't submit your email yet, just chill and don't submit it yet, all right? Like I said previously, I just keep getting these emails from students who just keep submitting work through my email when I think you could actually upload it through Microsoft Teams, and that's going to be way easier like we just talked about. But I'm not even going to lie, I have 34 emails from students that has just work in it, okay? Again, you can use me as a last resource and a last resort if you can't get your stuff to upload to Microsoft Teams, but I'm asking you first to please try it through Microsoft Teams. So something else that I want to talk about is using the chat box, all right? So if you have a question or you want to say something, please stop coming on to my recording and going, Coach, I don't understand. Coach. Guys, that gets annoying, okay? Especially if I'm trying to talk to somebody and I hear, yo, coach. Post it in the chat box. I check the chat box frequently and I respond frequently for the most part, okay? So if you have a question, I'll roll around to it. You just got to put it in the chat box and wait for my response, okay? Please try to start using the chat box for questions rather than just yelling out, yo, coach. So I feel like this is a big one, okay? Don't fast forward through videos. Unfortunately, I can't see if you guys are actually watching these videos or if you're just fast forwarding them and just trying to get the work done. Again, class is not a race. Classwork is not a race. You don't know when I'm going to give you guys a quiz or a test. So you need to make sure that you are paying attention to these videos and that you are doing your work because you never know what's coming, okay? So please do not fast forward these videos. I know they're not exciting. I get it. They're not exciting. And it's very difficult to teach in front of a computer, all right? It's just the situation that we're in, and it's just how we have to be right now. It's for your safety. It's for my safety. We just got to be safe here, and we got to be smart as well. So, don't fast forward the videos. If you're one of those people fast forwarding the videos, you might want to go ahead and change your habits, and you might want to go ahead and start actually watching the full video through. Please. And for my last point, okay? Use correct grammar and spelling when talking to an adult. So again, this comes down here to remember respect. I have students coming onto my camera saying, yo, coach, hey, what's your name? Yo, you, coach, yo, coach. Guys, come on now. First off, you're not going to talk to me that way. You're just not. Don't yo me. Don't bro me. Do not. Okay? Don't call me any other names. Call me either coach in the chat box, or if nobody else is talking, you may come on and politely say, hey, coach, can I have some help? Not yo, coach, and yell at me. No. Come on, guys. Start being more smart. Start being a little more respectful in the way that you're speaking to me. Okay? Maybe if I show you physically what I'm talking about on a blank Word document, you can go ahead and start to do it yourselves too. Okay, so here's my blank Word document. Okay, blank, nothing on it. All right, so first I'm going to start by putting my name. Okay, then I'm going to put the date. Then I'm going to put the block number. So, for those of you that doesn't understand the blocks, if you are in 8th grade, you have first block PE. If you were in 7th grade, you have second block PE. If you are in 6th grade, you have 4th block end of the day PE. Okay, so that's what I mean by block. So after we write block, you're going to put day 8 so that I know what day it is that you're talking about. If you can copy and paste stuff into a blank Word document and just answer the questions that way, that would be great. Otherwise, pay attention and you can go ahead and do it this way. So, I'm going to start off by part 1. I'm going to write about my destination. So it says 3 reasons why. So I'm going to give my 3 reasons. Okay. Oh, there's my reasoning. Part 1's done. For parts 2 and parts 3, you are going to use the same worksheet. Okay, but I will show you that worksheet here in a couple minutes after I'm done explaining. Okay, so for part 2, you're going to have to number 1 through 18. Okay? I'll explain what to do after that. For part 3, you need to pay attention to this part. Okay? Because you're going to have to pick from one of the options. So you're going to have to pick one. And then you're going to have questions to answer from it. So you're going to have 5 questions. You're going to have 5 questions to answer from part 3. But again, I'm going to go over that here in a couple minutes. So I just want to show you that this is how my blank Word document should resemble. Okay, I'm not saying it has to be exactly alike, but you should be broken down part 1, part 2, part 3 with your name and everything else at the top. Simple. So getting now into the lesson focus, before we start part 1, you're going to watch the YouTube video on reasons why it's good to travel. Okay, so that kind of ties into with our lesson focus today. I understand that these are very generic, broad lessons, but it's kind of just me getting to know you still. It's not getting into too much intense stuff just yet, because I know when the intense stuff comes, chances are some of you guys, or majority of you guys, are going to slack. But again, I hope that's not the case. So first things first is you're going to watch the YouTube video that I'm going to give to you. Moving forward with my lesson focus now, I am a huge traveler and I love to travel, okay? Traveling is one of my favorite things to do. I've done it since I was young. I have studied abroad. I have been to a couple of different countries. I've been to the Caribbean. So I love to travel. So my question to you is, where would you travel to anywhere in the world? It doesn't have to be in the United States. It could be anywhere in the world. It could be China. It could be Thailand. It could be Mexico. Okay, it could be anywhere you want to go. So you're going to answer that question, where would you want to travel anywhere in the world? And then you're going to answer why you want to travel to that place. So why do you want to travel? You're going to give me 3 reasons as to why you want to travel to that place. So not only have I been to multiple states in the United States, I have been to Ireland, I have been to Mexico, I've gone to St. Kitts, I've gone to Aruba, I've gone to Bonaire, I've gone to a lot of different places, okay? And I've done a lot of cool things within those places. I've snorkeled, I've ridden jet skis, I have just swam in beautiful blue water, I have got to travel the streets of Dublin. I mean, it's pretty cool to go out and see the different cultures. But there is one place that I would really like to go to because I hear their food is phenomenal. And a lot of my friends have been there and have said that Germany is fantastic. So Germany is one of my favorite places that I would like to go to. So you're asking probably now why, since I'm asking you why? Well, I would love to go see the mountains and the views. Just to be able to see those different views and just the different buildings and structures and the way that society is over there would definitely spark my interest. I would also like to go over and try their food. They're known for their pretzels. They're known for their chocolate. So definitely food is also a big reason why as to why I would go visit Germany. And I just hear that Germany is a lot of fun. People are great, food is great, and also, like I said, views are great. So Germany would be the place that I went to visit anywhere in the United States. So once the video is over, now you know that it's your turn to go ahead and tell me your 3 reasonings why and where you want to go travel to, if you could. Okay? I know I'm super excited to read these, so please make sure that these are good because this is one that I'm really excited to read. It's awesome that we can have wishes and dreams, and maybe someday those wishes and dreams can come true. So this is what your paper is going to look like. So this is part 1. You guys are going to go ahead and read part 1 when I submit you the document. So for next part 2 and 3, you're going to use the same worksheet. The worksheet is called Sports Matching, and it looks like this. I'm sure you've seen most of these sports, but some other sports you may have not seen, okay? So you are going to, like I said, use Sports Matching worksheet for both parts 2 and parts 3, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to take the correct sport and match it with the correct number. So you're going to look at these pictures, and they're numbered 1 through 18, and you're going to go ahead and write the number with the correct sport name down in this box, okay? Again, I know you can't do it on here. That's why I made you make your own list, okay? So as you see mine, I demonstrated just a couple of minutes ago what I was looking for, and that is so that we can do this worksheet on this Word document, okay? So some of you may have never seen a couple of these sports, and that's okay. We're eventually going to learn about different sports from different areas. So if you need my help right now, by all means, I'll ask, or you can ask me and I'll answer, or you could go to Google and try to explain the sport as to what you see in the picture, and Google can help you, and you can read a little bit about it too as you Google it. So like I said before, parts 2 and parts 3 are going to align with this worksheet, okay? So, for part 3, you are given a worksheet that looks like this, okay? Everything is self-explanatory, hopefully. You will read the top of the document, and then you will pick from one of these sports. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sports to pick from. you're gonna pick one sport, and within that one sport, you are gonna go ahead and answer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. Okay? So you're going to Google a sport that you picked. So for example, let's say I picked softball. Okay? I picked softball. I'm going to Google my first question, and I'm going to write down the answer with one sentence. Just has to be one complete sentence. That's it. No more. One complete sentence. Then I'm going to Google question number 2, and I'm going to do the same thing with one complete sentence. Same thing with 3, 4, and 5. So they should all look the same with one complete sentence. Okay? Use Google for this. This is why I'm assigning it, so that you can also start getting familiar with the internet and start using the internet for things that you're unsure of. Before I end my lesson, I do have a couple of points that I want to wrap up. The first one is, again, please start using Teams more than email. That's one of my biggest takeaways for you today, that you just use Teams rather than blowing up my email with your assignments. But again, if you have to absolutely bottom line send an assignment to me, you may send it, okay? But I want you to first try Teams, okay? If it doesn't work or doesn't go through, send it through my email, okay? But try Teams first. Second, I want you to be respectful. So when we're on camera, I want you to be respectful. Even if I'm not in front of you, I still want you to be respectful, because I can still hear what you guys are saying, okay? Be respectful. The third thing is keep up the hard work. I know I keep telling you guys I'm proud of you, which I am, absolutely. There are some of you that are slacking though and need to pick it up, but for the majority of the part, you guys are all doing hard work, and I appreciate that hard work, and keep up with it, okay? The biggest point for this wrap up too is there are 3 parts to today's assignment, which means you will have 3 parts in one Word document that you will send to me the correct way, okay? Which means send it Microsoft Teams, and you need to make sure that all my criteria from these 3 documents that I shared with you today is in that one Word document, okay? Please just double check, go back through, listen to the video if you need to, or come on to the call and politely ask for me and I will help you, okay? And then make sure that we're keeping up with our food log. I know that I physically can't look at it, but I hope that you guys are keeping up with your food log, and it is going to all be due by Friday. So make sure you guys are keeping up with that, whether you're typing it into the chart or whether you made your own chart. Just make sure you're keeping up with it. Don't just be filling stuff in, and you'll be good to go. So remember, class isn't over just yet. I'm going to let you guys work on your assignments, and with about 5 minutes left, we are going to go ahead and stop, and we are going to do our exercises. I know you guys are probably like, Coach, why are we doing these? But sitting in one spot all day and not really doing much of anything besides looking at a computer, and just by me getting you up for that little bit of time is getting your blood flowing, it's getting your heart rate up maybe a little bit, which is good, okay? So you need to make sure that blood and oxygen is flowing through your body, okay? Because that blood flow that also goes to your brain helps you think better. So we are going to do some exercises, and for those of you that are doing them, you know what, high five to you, because you guys are showing me that you're doing it physically on your camera, and you're actually keeping up with me. So that's great, I love it, okay? For those of you that are still sitting in the back, not turning on your cameras, you need to think about what you're doing, okay? Please make sure that you start to turn on those cameras and that you start to jump in whenever I ask for people to jump in.